Alright, hello, welcome back to another legendary tabletop live stream. So today going to be trying scenario 6, Where Doom Awaits. So this is the Dunwich Legacy campaign for Arkham Horror. This is going to be my second attempt. And I'm just going to read this flavor text real quick. So, you awaken to the sound of screeching, fearing the worst. You grab your equipment and head out into the streets of Dunwich. As soon as you step outside, you sense a foulness in the cold night air, an awful pungent smell that can scarcely be described, and a heaviness to the atmosphere that makes it difficult to breathe. The citizens of Dunwich have sealed their doors, and the town feels quiet and lonesome. In the distance, a faint glow emanates from a hilltop above the village. You know of this hill from both your interactions with Zebulon and Armitage's records. It is called Sentinel Hill. The tale speaks of satanic rites being performed there, rites in which great ritual pyres light up the night sky while the ground rumbles furiously below. Flocks of whippoorwills perch on the rooftops of the village around you, watching ominously as you climb inside Zebulon's old and beat-up truck. As you drive towards Sentinel Hill, more screeching fills the sky with an awful pitch that is painful to your ears. Everything you have read about and experienced in Dunwich has led to this. If the foul ritual Seth seeks to perform has anything to do with what Armitage and his colleagues prevented several months back, it involves the favor of an ancient creature, Yog Sothoth. So I think that's the boss. Failing to stop this ritual may spell doom not only in Dunwich but for the entire world. So then it says, check the campaign log if Naomi has the investigators back. Proceed to part 1. Naomi doesn't have the investigators back in our situation. So then it's just proceed to setup. So we have all the cards from the encounter sets. And then we put Base of the Hill. So it says put Base of the Hill, Ascending Path, and Sentinel Peak into play. So we have, this is where we start down here, Base of the Hill. We have Rex and Zoe down here, Base of the Hill. So this is a 3 shroud location with no clues. And then Ascending Path and Sentinel Peak are both in play. Ascending Path, it says the path leading further up the hill is masked. You cannot move into Ascending Path. So there's got to be a way to unlock that. And then we removed 1 copy of Diverging Path from the game at random. And then we set the other 3 aside. And then we did the same for Altered Path. Silas Bishop is set aside. And I already added the -3 since we're playing on easy to the Chaos bag. Then, depending on the following circumstances, a different version of Act 2 should be used in this scenario. So we're using Ascending the Hill version 2 for Act 2. And then we had 2 Brood of Yog Sothoth that escaped into the wild. So we have 2 Doom already on Agenda 1A. So that's 2 out of 12. And then we did put Silas Bishop out of his misery, so the remnants of the creature's body have mutated and grown at Sentinel Hill. Put 1 conglomeration of spheres, enemy from hideous abomination counter sets into play at Ascending Path. So we did that. We have the conglomeration of spheres here. This is a enemy with 6 health, 1 fight and 4 foot, and the prey is the lowest brain. So it does have the hunter keyword, so that's going to come right down. Also, it says forced after you perform an attack against the conglomeration of spheres using a melee card. Discard that card. So if we have like the machete or something with Zoe and we attack the conglomeration of spheres, we have to discard it. Then it says shuffle the remainder of the encounter cards to build the encounter deck. So we have done that already. And yeah, we're going to see if we can beat this time. So we'll shuffle up. Oh, I need to. So what do we have here? We have 1 physical trauma for Zoe. Zoe has 1 physical trauma. And then Rex has a physical and a mental trauma. And then we start with 5 resources. So we each got 5 resources. We can shuffle our decks, draw starting hands. So we draw 5 cards, we get 1 mulligan. Shuffle Rex's deck. We need to shuffle the encounter deck too. And I can read the Agenda 1A and Act 1A. So I did just pick up the Arkham Horror, the Innsmouth Conspiracy, both the Investigator and the Campaign expansion. So excited to start a new campaign. There's only 2 scenarios left with this. Probably gonna try to see the release order and just play them all in order. Play with different characters. Build the decks. And so on. So we'll draw 5. That's 5 for Zoe. Draw 5 for Rex here. I'm going to shuffle this encounter deck one more time and then draw, or we'll take a look at the hands. So these conglomeration of spheres enemies. So this is a 6 health enemy with 1 fist. So it doesn't seem like it would be that hard to kill. We just need like our 45 automatic and a vicious blow or something. Maybe Zoe's cross. We just need some kind of weapon. Hopefully not a melee weapon. So if we get the machete and we attack that conglomeration of spheres, we have to discard it, I think. And then after we do reach the ascending path, the Sentinel Peak says, as an additional cost to move to Sentinel Hill, or Sentinel Peak, the investigators must spend 2 clues per investigator as a group. Okay, so we have to get 4 more clues just to move up to Sentinel Hill, or Sentinel Peak. Okay, that's shuffled. Let's look at Rex's opening hand here. So we have Search for the Truth. So that seems good. Guts, I've Got a Plan, Ward of Protection, and the upgraded Strange Solution. So this upgraded Strange Solution is the Acidic Ichor. So research uses 3 supplies, and there's an action ability on there to spend 1 supply, fight, and attack with a base fist skill of 6. And this attack deals +2 damage. So in case we do have to fight or something, I think we are going to keep that. And most likely going to keep Ward of Protection is good. I don't know if we need I've Got a Plan or Guts right now. And Search for the Truth, I feel like we could have a use for that once we get some clues. Before we the problem is we have to spend all the clues right away. So let me just read this act one more time. So this is The Path to the Hill, Act 1A. So a vibrant arcane energy fills the air with a bone-rattling chill. The energy swirls along the crushed trail before you and seeps down several other paths before disappearing. Objective: when investigators have collected the requisite number of clues, they must immediately spend them in advance. So once we have the 4 clues, we have to right away just go ahead and advance. And that's why I don't think I'm going to keep Search for the Truth, because I would like to get 4 clues, then use the Search for the Truth. But if we end up like With Rex's ability, after you succeeded at skill test by 2 or more, discover an additional clue at your location. So if we end up getting all 4 clues and then we have to spend them right away, we won't have a chance to use Search for the Truth right away. So I think I'm just going to mulligan that and draw 3 new cards. So this is Agenda 1A, calling forth the old ones. So this has a 12 doom threshold, and it says, as you approach Sentinel Hill, you hear ancient Latin rites be bellowed across the night. The time for action has come. If you cannot stop the sorcerers in Dunwich, who knows what terrors they might unleash upon the world. So 10 more doom, so before that advances, and I think there is only 2. Yeah, there's only 2 agendas here. So let's draw. So we're keeping Word of Protection and Strange Solution, so we can draw 3 more. So 1, 2, 3. So we have Deduction. We did get a weakness. Okay, so we did get 1 weakness, so we'll just put that back and draw 1 more. Not from the encounter deck. Okay, so we have Flashlight, we have upgraded Deduction, and In the Know. So In the Know, this is an upgrade, uses 3 secrets, and it has an action ability on it to spend a secret, investigate any revealed location in play as if you were at that location. So we can investigate locations that we're not at, which is good. Okay, so we have Rex's starting hand. So we're going to have Flashlight, Deduction, In the Know, Word of Protection, and Strange Solution, the Acidic Ichor. So we'll shuffle this back up and take a look at Zoe's starting hand. Hopefully, we really need a weapon here. Okay. So let's see what we have. So we have Prepared for the Worst. Okay, if there is no weapon, there's a machete here. But we can use Prepared for the Worst to search the top 9 cards of our deck for a weapon asset and add it to our hand. So that's good. We also have Guts. We have Guard Dog, First Aid, and Machete. So I think let's keep all 4 of these. We can probably get Guard Dog down. And then do Prepared for the Worst to search for another weapon. We are going to keep the machete, and if we do get in a situation where we just have the machete against the conglomeration of spheres, I don't know. I guess we'll just lose it. It does +1 damage if it's the only enemy engaged with us. So yeah, we'll mulligan for 1, get rid of the Guts, draw 1, and we have a dodge. So Zoe's starting hand is going to be Dodge, Machete, First Aid, Guard Dog, and Prepared for the Worst. So shuffle Zoe's deck back up. Some of these sleeves just shuffle better than others. I don't know. I just don't know how to shuffle good. Okay. So Base of the Hill, 3 Shroud. Base of the Hill is connected to each copy of Diverging Path, and there's an investigate action arrow on there. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, put a random set aside Diverging Path into play. So we could do that once per round. I kind of want to have Rex go first so that he can investigate, maybe get Diverging Path location in play. Then we have somewhere to go so that we can kind of run from this conglomeration of spheres. So if that's the case, maybe we just do a regular investigate action with Rex right off the bat. So we're going to investigate. We're testing 4 to 3. Okay, -2, so we fail. And then we'll go again. We'll do another investigate. Okay, -2 again, so we fail. We'll investigate again, and we got a skull. So -1 is going to be a success. So we're going to put a new diverging path location into play, but that was Rex's third action. So he is stuck here at base of the hill. So we do have that acidic ichor, but hopefully Zoe can help. So Rex has 5 health left and 8 sanity. What do we want to do with Zoe? We could move and just engage the conglomeration of spheres enemy right off the bat to gain a resource, and then play guard dog and prepared for the worst to search for a weapon. We do have the machete, but we would lose it right away if we use it to attack. So let's do let's start with prepared for the worst. So we're going to spend a resource and play prepared for the worst. So that's going to allow us to search the top 9 cards of our deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we did get the 45 automatic. So we're going to keep that. That was the only weapon. And then we can shuffle her deck back up. Alright, so that was our first action. And then we add the 45 automatic to our hand. So now we have the option, we can play the 45 automatic, so it's going to cost 4 resources. I think we are going to do that now. That was good, good turn. So we found the 45 automatic, so we're going to spend the 4 resources to play 45 automatic. So that's going to go here. And it's got 4 ammo. So 4 resources, 4 ammo, and we have 1 action left, so let's move up. Oh no, we cannot move to the ascending path. So this conglomeration of spheres is going to engage Rex anyway because he has the lowest brain, and this prey is lowest brain here. So I was kind of hoping she could move up to engage this, but that really wasn't the case. So we still have an extra action. We do have this dodge. We could gain a resource, and then when an enemy attacks an investigator at your location, we can cancel the attack on Rex. So I think we'll do that. Let's gain a resource so that we could play dodge. Okay, that's going to be it for the first investigation phase. So let's move to the enemy phase. So this conglomeration of spheres is the only enemy in play right now. So it's going to move down to our location and become engaged with Rex because it says it's a hunter and the prey is the lowest brain. So Zoe has a 4 brain, Rex has a 3 brain. So this is going to be engaged with Rex, and it's going to attack and do 1 damage and 1 horror. So Zoe's going to spend the resource that she just got on her last action to play dodge and cancel the attack on Rex. And that's a fast, so it doesn't require an action or anything. That's going to be it for the enemy phase. So we do upkeep real quick. We'll draw cards. So we got another upgraded deduction and an evidence. So for Zoe, so that's good. And then we gain a resource each. So we have 6 resources for Rex and 1 for Zoe. Now we're just going to add a Doom to the agenda and draw an encounter card for each. So we'll start with Zoe. And we got Vortex of Time. So this is Hex Hazard Revelation. Each investigator at a Sentinel Hill location tests Brain 4. Okay, these are all Sentinel Hill locations, so we all have to test Brain 4. Each investigator who fails takes 2 damage. Okay. Zoe has Brain 4. We do have this first aid we could commit for 2 brain icons, put us at 6. I think I'd rather just take the 2 damage and maybe play first aid to heal. So, let's see what Rex has. Pretty much nothing. All we have is this wild icon on Ward of Protection that we could commit, but I think I'd rather save Ward of Protection for his encounter card. This encounter deck seems pretty nasty. So let's start with Zoe. We'll test Brain 4. So we're testing 4 to 4. So we'll pull a token. Okay, -2, so we fail. And we take 2 damage. So we're at 3 damage. And then we got to do the same thing for Rex. So we're testing 3 to 4. Okay, we got this tablet. So that's -2, so he fails also and takes 2 damage. So that's 1. And we need 1 more. Okay, now we need to draw an encounter card for Rex. And we got Obscuring Fog. So Revelation attached to your location. Limit 1 per location. Attached location gets +2 Shroud after attached location is successfully investigated. Discard Obscuring Fog. Okay, that hurts. So the Shroud value of Base of the Hill is now 5. So Flashlight could really help here. But this is the start of the investigation phase, and I think I'm going to have Zoe go first and just start shooting at this conglomeration of spheres. So let's take a shot with the 45 automatic. We don't really have any other cards to commit for damage, so we use 1 ammo on the 45 automatic. So we get +2. So we're testing 6. Do we really need... Yeah, we need to do the damage here. So it's going to do 2 damage. Okay, so we're testing 6 to 1. Okay, and we got 0. So we do 2 damage. And then we'll shoot again. So we're down to 2 ammo left. So again, we're testing 6 to 1. -2, so we're successful again. 2 more damage. And I think we just have to take another shot here to kill it. So we're down to 1 ammo left on the 45 automatic. And we're testing 6 to 1 again. So let's pull another token, -1. Okay, so conglomeration of spheres, enemies dead. And that's the end of Zoe's turn. And we have 1 shot left on that 45 automatic. So that was kind of annoying. So I don't think Flashlight works with the investigate action on the location card. That's a good rules question. Not sure. So we may just have to commit one of these deductions. Oh, why didn't we just cancel Obscuring Fog? Yes, we did that. Sorry. So we're gonna... When we drew Obscuring Fog with Rex, we were just going to play Ward of Protection. I don't know why I seem to always forget to do that. So we just take one horror and we spend the resource. So we're back down to 5 resources, and there is no obscuring fog. So that's good. Now we can move to this location. Did we get a Pathfinder? Maybe we just play in the know. I would like to get this strange solution down for 1 resource so that we can fight if we do have to. So that's going to come into play with 3 uses, and it's going to cost 1 resource. So that's our first action. Second action, let's move Rex over to this diverging path location. Okay, so this is the Frozen Spring. So this is Dunwich Woods. 3 Shroud and 2 clues. I'll put 2 clues on there. And it says, force after you reveal Frozen Spring, lose the remainder of your actions and immediately end your turn. Cool. So we lose all of our actions and immediately end our turn. So we're on the enemy phase now. There's no enemies. So we'll do upkeep real quick. Each draw 1 card, gain 1 resource. So we have Dr. William T. Mailson and Painkillers. Gain a resource. And then we add a Doom to the agenda, so this is going to be at 4 out of 12. And then we'll draw an encounter card. So let's start with Zoe. Rotting Remains. Alright, test Brain 3 for each point you fail by, take a horror. So she's got Brain 4. Let's commit this Painkillers that we just picked up to go to 5, and we're going to test 5 to 3. So we're pulling a token. Okay, and we fail by 1. So we got this -3. There is an extra -3 in here now. So we fail by 1. So we take 1 horror. Okay, let's draw an encounter card for Rex. And we got Dissonant Voices. So this is a terror revelation. Put Dissonant Voices into play in your threat area. You cannot play assets or events. At the end of the round, discard Dissonant Voices. So we can't play assets or events. And we're starting the investigation phase again here. We can still commit cards to skill tests. We just cannot play assets or events. That's okay, because we're just going to investigate anyway. I would have liked to play in the know, though. Honestly, though, maybe. No, while we're here, I think we should investigate. So let's investigate. We'll commit a deduction. So that's going to put us at 6. So we're going to test 6 to 3. And we got +1. So we do succeed by 2 or more, and we get both clues. So we have 2 actions left with Rex. Let's move back to the base of the hill. And we have 1 action left. And I think we should just investigate again. Yeah, let's investigate 1 more time. So we did an investigate, a move, and we're going to investigate 1 more time. And we'll just test 4 to 3, I think. Feeling lucky. Okay, so we got the skull, which is -1. So we are successful. Then we could put another diverging path location in play. I'm just going to set these beside the other ones. So I think there's 3 of them total. And when we get 4 clues, we need to immediately advance. So that's it for Rex's turn. See what we could do over here with Zoe. I might want to play First Aid or Guard Dog. First Aid seems better since we only have 2 resources right now. I don't know why we didn't play Evidence. Oh, because there are no clues there. I really wouldn't mind playing Guard Dog. I want to play both. Let's play first aid. So that's going to be 2 resources, and it's got 4 uses on it. So that's all our resources, and we got 2 actions left. Honestly, we could just move over to this diverging path location and see what happens. The only thing I'm afraid of is you either lose actions or discard cards based on how many actions you have left. So maybe we just gain 2 resources. Let's just move over and check it out. So that's going to be our second action. And after you reveal Slaughtered Woods, take 2 horror if you have no actions remaining. Okay, so we do have 1 action remaining, so we're not going to take any horror from that, so that's good. And then what we can do is either heal. So this is a 2 shroud location with 2 clues, so 1 clue per investigator. And we could investigate, so it is only 2 shroud, and we could commit this evidence to give us 2 book icons, so that would put us at 4, so we could test 4 to 2, and then I think I would just rather let Rex take the clues though. So with our last action, we're going to use first aid to heal ourselves. So 1 horror and 1 damage. Okay, that's it for the investigation phase. Enemy phase, there's still no enemies in play. And at the end of the round, we can discard this Dissonant Voices. Not yet. So we're doing upkeep now, so we'll each draw a card. We got Zoe's Cross and Preposterous Sketches. So that's good, because when Rex moves here, he can play Preposterous Sketches and draw 3 cards before we take the clues off of it. Let's gain a resource. So we have 6 and 1. And then that's the end of the round, so we can get rid of Dissonant Voices. We'll put a Doom on the agenda, so we're at 5 out of 12 now. And then we'll draw encounter cards. So Zoe first. This is Beyond the Veil. This is a Hex Surge. So Revelation, put Beyond the Veil into play in your threat area if there's no copy of Beyond the Veil in your threat area. So Forced, if your deck has no cards in it, take 10 damage and discard Beyond the Veil. So that's basically just you die if you run out of cards. So keep that there as a reminder. That kind of sucks. Okay, we need to draw an encounter card for Rex now, and we don't really have anything that can stop these encounter cards. We have Dr. William T. Melson, but we could not play it last round because of the Dissonant Voices, so let's see what happens. We got Ancient Evils, so that's going to be place a Doom on the current agenda. This effect can cause the agenda to advance, but it's not. But we are halfway through the first agenda, so we are at 6 of 12. And we start the investigation phase. So what do we want to do here now? I would like to get those clues in advance. We can play Zoe's Cross. Zoe's Cross is going to be useful. I think what we do we might just want to investigate one more time and get that last diverging path location out. I don't know, I need to come up with a plan here. So if we move Rex here, then we have 2 actions left. And we can use 1 to investigate. And if we get both clues, that would immediately advance to Act 2A, Ascending the Hill. And then Zoe would still have her actions left if there was an enemy or something. Rex could just play in the know and investigate from there. That is also another option. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to play in the know. We're going to start with Rex. He's going first. Going to play in the know for 3 resources. So that uses 3 secrets. And then we're going to use 1 secret right away. So we got 2 actions left. We're going to use 1 secret to investigate any revealed location in play as if you were at that location. So we're going to test 4 to 2. So this is the shroud value of this location that we're investigating. Okay, and we got -2, so we just get the 1 clue. And we need 1 more, so let's investigate again. And we'll use a secret. So we're testing 4 to 2 one more time. Okay, we get -1. So we get that other clue off of there. And then we immediately advance Act 1. So Rex should have 4 clues. I wasn't keeping track. Okay, so let's read the back of Act 1A. So this is Act 1B. During your search through the wooded paths around the base of Sentinel Hill, you come across a startling sight. A herd of sheep lays dead upon the ground in a secluded clearing. Their bloodied carcasses placed in a strange but careful pattern. Holding your nose against the stench of death, you step over mangled sheep on your way to enter to the center of the odd formation. In the center of the sheep lies the corpse of a man. A clear jewel has been firmly pressed into his forehead, caving in the front of his skull. Okay. His eyes are wide, his face is contorted in a vision of fear, as if beseeching you for mercy. Though you know better, you check for a pulse. As you touch the man's skin, the jewel in his forehead dissolves, and the woods around you seems to clear. Remove all clues from each location in play. Okay, there's no clues anywhere. The arcane presence masking the path further up the hill has been faded. Reveal ascending path. So that's going to be the next location towards the top of the hill. And it's going to be the same situation as base of the hill. So 3 shroud, no clues, and it's connected to each copy of altered path. And there's an investigate action on there. So then we have Act 2A, Ascending the Hill. This is version 2, so as you ascend the hill, the environment around you grows increasingly strange and otherworldly. The arcane energy feels even stronger here, crackling in the air and crawling on your skin. Clues cannot be placed on non-altered locations. Objective, so when an investigator enters Sentinel Peak, advance. So we're trying to get to the top of the hill up here, so Sentinel Peak. Okay, so we have 2 actions left, or 1 action left. I'm kind of thinking we play Dr. William T. Melson, because he can at least soak for 2. So let's do that. We'll use 1 resource to play Dr. William T. Melson. Put a ready token on him. Go down to 2 resources. And that's it for Rex. So we still have 3 actions for Zoe. Zoe's just going to move back. So that's 1. We're going to use first aid to heal Rex. So 1 horror and 1 damage. And then we're going to play Zoe's Cross. So that's all 3 of our actions. And that's going to cost the only resource that we have here. So we'll put a ready token on Zoe's cross. Now that's when we become engaged with an enemy, we gain a resource each time. And Zoe's cross is going to allow us to immediately spend the resource to do a damage. So that's good. Okay, no enemies still. So do upkeep. Draw cards. Okay, we got our magnifying glass that can go right into play. That's going to give us +1 book. And then for Zoe, we got dodge. Could come in handy. We could nullify an attack if we get attacked here. Let's gain a resource. So we have 3 on Rex, 1 on Zoe. Place a Doom on the agenda. So we're at 7 Doom here out of 12. And then we're going to draw an encounter card for Zoe. Alright, this is Crypt Chill. So this is a hazard. Test Brain 4. If you fail, choose and discard 1 asset you control. If you cannot, take 2 damage instead. So we're testing Brain 4. And we really don't have any cards we can commit. We have 1 icon on this dodge we just picked up. But I think we're just going to... Let's see if... I guess we could commit a Preposterous Sketches. I think I'd rather play that though, so we can draw 3 cards. So let's just go ahead and test 4 to 4. Okay, we got -2, so we do fail. And we have to discard an asset we control. So the 45 automatic only has 1 shot left. Yeah, let's get rid of the 45. That means we're probably not going to see that again. There is another one in the deck, but if we run out of cards, we basically take 10 damage and die from Beyond the Veil. So let's draw an encounter card for Rex. Now we do have Dr. William T. Melson, so when you draw an encounter card from the encounter deck, exhaust Dr. William T. Melson, place 1 of your clues. Oh, we don't have clues, so we can't really use it. Alright, this is Visions of Future Past. Okay, Revelation test Brain 5 for each point you fail by. Discard the top card of your deck. Not good. Not good. So we have Brain 3, so we're already down 2. Let's commit Preposterous Sketches. And let's have Zoe commit dodge. So that is going to put us at 5. So we need a 0 or better here. We're going to draw a token. Okay, we got -1, so we still fail. So we just discard 1 card. Top card of our deck. Okay, Mind Over Matter. Not bad. Alright, next investigation phase. So we can move up this ascending path. And I think we're going to do that with Rex. And we can start investigating and revealing the altered path locations. So let's have him move. That's going to be 1 action. Oh wait, we can even do it from down here. Right? So we still have 1 secret left. Let's use the secret to investigate the ascending path location. So we'll discard that. That's the last use on there. And we're going to be testing 3. And we have 5 book. So we're testing 5 to 3. We could commit this flashlight or deduction, but we're not going to do that. So we're testing 5 to 3. Okay, -2. So we are successful. So we can put a diverging or altered path location in play. Alright, let's at least get another location out if we can. So we don't have in the know anymore. We're going to use one action to move up to the ascending path. And then we're going to use our last action to investigate. And we're going to commit this deduction. I know this is probably dumb, but we're going to commit this deduction for 2 book icons to put us at 7. So we're going to test 7 to 3. Maybe let's commit the flashlight instead. Let's keep the deduction, commit the flashlight, and we're testing 6 to 3. Okay, and we got this green bullshit, so reveal another token, cancel the effects of each skill card committed. So now we're at 6 to 3, and we got -3. Hold on, 4. So we were at 5. Oh, we were down, so we did fail. Okay, so we failed. Well, that sucks. We should have committed the deduction and we would have been fine. How about that? Alright, that's it for Rex's turn. We still have Zoe, and I think we have an evidence we can commit for 2 book icons if this altered path location isn't too high. So let's move. That's 1 action, 2 actions to move to the altered path. Let's reveal it. So it is a 2 shroud location with 2 clues, and it says forced. After you reveal uprooted woods, discard the top 5 cards of your deck if you have no actions remaining. Okay, so we still have 1 action left, and we're going to use it to investigate. No, maybe we shouldn't do that. Yeah, we probably shouldn't do that. We should probably just gain a resource. Yeah, we're going to gain a resource with our 3rd action. So, enemy phase, no enemies. We do upkeep, we each draw a card, gain a resource. So we have an unexpected courage for Zoe and a Dr. Milan Christopher for Rex. Could be useful. If Rex takes any damage, we want to kill off Dr. William T. Mailson. He can soak 2 damage to horror, and then we can put Dr. Milan in play. He's much better. And the unexpected courage is good for 2 wild icons. Alright, so starting the Mythos phase, we're going to put a Doom on the agenda here. So we're at 8 out of 12. So 4 more, and this is going to advance. We'll draw encounter cards. We'll start with Zoe. And we got a Lupine Thrall. So this is the first enemy. And it says spawn farthest location from you. And it's a hunter with retaliate. So the furthest location from us would be one of these, like probably the Slaughtered Woods location. Because this would be 1, 2, 3 locations away from us. So we'll put it here at the Slaughtered Woods. And it's a hunter with retaliate, and its prey is the lowest foot, so that is Zoe. Let's draw an encounter card for Rex. Alright, this is Rotting Remains. So test brain 3 for each point you fail by, take a horror. We have no brain icons to commit, so we are testing 3 to 3. So we need a 0 or better. And we got -2. So if we fail, we take a horror. So we're going to go back up to 2 horror here. Okay, starting the investigation phase now. What do we want to do? I kind of want to have Zoe kill that Lupine Thrall. Kind of sucks. We want it to come a little closer, though. She doesn't really have... We have Guard Dog. Oh, we didn't gain a resource. Forgot to gain a resource. We should be at 3 and 4. So we can play Guard Dog, which is good. Maybe we have Zoe go first. We'll play Guard Dog for 3 resources. So that's 3 damage soak. 1 horror. That's going to be all of our resources, though. And then we can move back to this location with Rex. And then use a first aid to heal Rex for 1 damage and 1 horror. Healing is just not winning in this game, I feel like, but first aid's definitely helping because I'm a noob. So that's gonna be it. That's all 3 actions. So we played guard dog, we moved, and we healed Rex once. Okay, Rex needs to get the clues off of that location, but I also want to just reveal these locations, and I want to play Dr. Milan Christopher. We can't have 2 ally assets though. So what can we really do with clues? We have to, as an additional cost to move to Sentinel Hill or Sentinel Peak, the investigators must spend 4 clues as a group. So we do need 4 clues. So I'm kind of thinking we play Dr. Milan for 4 resources. Okay. We investigate. And we're at 5-3 right now. The question is, do we investigate here and reveal that other, or get that other location out, or do we just go get them clues? Right, so we can only move back here, right? We can't just go from uprooted woods to another altered path. So I think we get the other location out. So let's just do, we played Dr. Milan, that's our first action. Let's do the investigate action on here. So we're going to investigate 6-3. And we got 0, so that's another altered path location comes out. And with 1 action left, I don't know if we should move there, because usually if you have no actions left, I think we gain a resource too for successfully investigating. And we have to get rid of Dr. William T. Melson because we played Dr. Milan Christopher. Maybe we should just draw a card. We are running low on cards here. Let's just move. No, I don't want to move to that altered path location. Not with no actions left. Let's draw a card. Oh, and of course we get the weakness. So we got Chronophobia, at least it's not Rex's curse. So Revelation, put Chronophobia into play in your threat area. At the end of your turn, take 1 direct horror. So that is going to be right now. We have to take 1 direct horror. So we're back up to 2. So this first aid is really coming in handy. Okay. Enemy phase, this Lupine Thrall is going to move to the base of the hill. 1 location. And then we do upkeep, we each draw a card, gain a resource. We got the other copy of Strange Solution, and we got an internal injury. So this is Zoe's basic weakness that was added a few scenarios ago. So it's a injury. Revelation, put internal injury into play in your threat area. At the end of your turn, take 1 direct damage. So that's a double action arrow to get rid of that. So we'll probably end up doing that this turn. So that sucks. And same with Rex. So we each only have 1 action this turn if we get rid of both of those basic weaknesses. So that was a pretty shitty upkeep phase. We need to gain a resource. So we have 1 for Zoe and 2. Now we have the Mythos phase, so we're at 9 out of 12 Doom. Draw an encounter card. Start with Zoe. Okay, visions of future past. So test brain 5 for each point you fail by. Discard the top card of your deck. Okay, we do have unexpected courage, so we are going to commit that to give us brain 6 because we don't want to discard cards. So we are testing 6 to 5. And we get +1. So we are successful. We don't have to discard any cards from the top of our deck. That's good news. Draw an encounter card for Rex. And we have Ancient Evil, so we're going to place another Doom on the agenda, putting us at 10. So 2 more Doom, and this agenda is going to pop. Alright, so I think to avoid taking a bunch of horror on Rex and a bunch of damage on Zoe, we want to use these double actions on both characters to get rid of these basic weaknesses. Now that leaves us with 1 action each. So the question is, do we move? Let's move here with Rex. He goes first. Let's gain a resource or draw a card on Zoe. Okay, we got shortcut, so we could play... No, we can't play that now, right? It says during your turn, and that would have been the end of our turn. So enemy phase, this Lupine Thrall is going to move up and engage with Zoe here, which is going to cause her to gain a resource, and then we're going to activate Zoe's Cross to spend the resource right away and do a damage to this Lupine Thrall. So it's got 2 health left. And then it's also going to attack, so it's going to do 1 damage, 1 horror. So we'll take the 1 horror on Zoe and deal a damage to Guard Dog, which is going to deal a damage back to the Lupine Thrall. So we almost killed it just from Retaliate. Okay, upkeep, we're each going to draw a card, gain a resource. So we have an elusive on Rex and another first aid on Zoe. We might need that, actually. We'll gain another resource, so we got 3 for Rex and 2 for Zoe. Let's add a Doom to the agenda. We are now at 11 Doom out of 12. And then we got to draw an encounter card for Zoe first. And this is another Thrall. So this is spawn location with the most clues. Okay, so that's going to spawn here and become engaged with Rex. So this is a humanoid monster abomination with Retaliate. Okay, Rex will draw an encounter card, and he's going to get a Wizard of Yog-Sothoth. So the prey is the least cards in hand. It doesn't really matter. It's engaged with Rex here. So Rex now has to deal with both of these enemies, which is kind of shitty. This one's got 2 health. This one's got 3 health. And then we also have this Lupine Thrall with 1 health left. We do have this strange solution, which we can fight with a base fist skill of 6, and it deals +2 damage. So we might be able to one-shot this Wizard of Yog-Sothoth. We also have, we just picked up the elusive and another copy of Strange Solution. So I think we are still good. The enemies are just slowing us down a bit. So investigation phase. So somebody let me know if this is legal. I want to move to this location, take an attack of opportunity, deal the damage to the guard dog, and have it retaliate and kill the Lupine Thrall. and then play the machete. Okay, no, so we would use shortcut to move, so we still have 3 actions left. And then we could play evidence, spend a resource to play evidence and discover a clue at the location, so that's going to give us 1. And none of those required actions, so let's play machete. Oh no, we can't. So we need to decide. Let's keep the clue there. Let's keep that evidence. So we use the shortcut to move. We take the attack of opportunity. We put the damage on guard dog. We deal the damage back to the lupine thrall and kill it. And then we're not going to play evidence. We're going to keep that clue on that location. And then we'll gain a resource and play machete. So how many actions was that? So we use shortcut to move, so that's not an action. Neither was the retaliate. This is a reaction ability. So we gained a resource and played machete. Now we want to fight with the machete with our last action. It's going to give us +1 for the attack. Yeah, it's going to give us +1, but it's not going to give us +1 damage. So let's attack the thrall. Yeah, let's attack the thrall. So we're testing. We get +1, so it's going to be 5 to 2. We get -1, so we're successful there. And we do a damage to that thrall. And then Zoe's all out of actions. So it's Rex's turn. We're going to use this strange solution to fight with a base skill of 6, and we're going to be attacking the Wizard of Yog-Sothoth first. So we're going to get a base skill of 6 here. So it's going to be 6 to 4. Yeah, we have no cards to commit. So we're testing 6 to 4. And we got 0, so that is successful. It deals +2 damage, so 3 total damage, and we kill the wizard. So that goes in the victory display. And let's use another strange solution supply to fight again with a base skill of 6. So we're testing 6 to 2. And we get -1, but it's -3 instead if you're at an altered location. We are at an altered location, so -3, so 6 minus 3 is 3, so we're still successful by 1. So we end up doing +2 damage, so 3 damage, and we kill the thrall. Now we have 1 action left, and I want to use this deduction. Do I want to use deduction? No, we don't need the deduction. Let's investigate with our last action. So we have +1 from the magnifying glass and Dr. Milan. So we're testing 6 to 2. Okay, -2, so 4, so we succeed by 2 or more, so we get both clues off of there, and we gain a resource. Two clues and a resource. Not bad. But that's it. We are out of actions. Okay, no enemies. We killed all the enemies. So we do upkeep. We each draw a card. I've got a plan and another copy of 45 automatic. So I think we need that for all the enemies that are about to come out. Let's gain a resource. So we're back up to 5 and 1. Ready up all of our cards. And oh, we forgot this to surge this. Oh, what? That was a long time ago. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So this is gonna advance the agenda when we place a doom on it. So let's read the back of Agenda 2 or Agenda 1B. As you explore the paths surrounding Sentinel Hill, the chanting at the hilltop rises to a crescendo and takes an otherworldly quality, reverberating through the trees as if carried by unseen currents. The world begins to charge. The grass and trees dissolve like sugar in a cup of tea. A vast, endless sky slices through the reality you see before you, and you feel drawn to it. Terrified and awestruck, the arcane power becomes distorted and seeps around you, creating strange alterations in the land. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck, and then we have Beckoning for Power. So this is a weird looking writing here. So this is Agenda 2A. So a 10 Doom threshold. The old ones were, the old ones are, and the old ones shall be, not in the spaces we know, but between them. They walk serene and primal, undimensioned, and to us unseen. Yog-Sothoth is the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the key and the guardian of the gate. Past, present, future, all are gone in Yog-Sothoth. He knows where the old ones broke through of old, and where they shall break through again. He knows where they have trod Earth's fields, and where they still tread them, and why no one can behold them. Okay, so this looks like there's some creepy second message in here that I can't really make out yet. But maybe we'll figure that out at some point. So let's move all the doom off of here. And we just advanced the agenda. So we have to shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. So all the work we just did is just basically screwed. And we got to shuffle these cards right back in and just draw encounter cards. Starting with Zoe, of course, in case we get another enemy. And she has that 45 automatic in hand, but we haven't played it yet. We don't have the resources. Alright, we're going to start drawing encounter cards. We'll start with Zoe first. And she's going to pull Frozen in Fear. So this is a terror. Put Frozen in Fear into play in your threat area. The first time you perform one of the following actions: move, fight, or evade each round. It costs 1 additional action. At the end of your turn, test Brain 3. If you succeed, discard Frozen in Fear. Okay. Draw an encounter card for Rex. And he's also going to get Frozen in Fear. So we got 2 Frozen in Fears out. Really running out of space here. We're just going to move Sentinel Peak. I still don't think this is going to help. But put Frozen in Fear right here. And we have to test Brain 3 at the end of our turn now. So what do we want to do? We still need 4 clues. Well, 2 more clues to advance. And once we advance, well, once we enter Sentinel Peak, we advance. Maybe we do a little bit of healing, gaining some resources, since we don't want to move, fight, or evade. We could use that last copy of, or that last supply of first aid, and then we have another first aid in hand. That's a thought. We don't really want to waste actions here. So we can use first aid on Zoe. So that's going to go in the discard pile. We're going to heal a damage and a horror. Maybe we should have healed the damage from Guard Dog. No, I'm good with that. And then I think I just want to gain 2 resources here, so we'll go up to 3. So that we can play 45 automatic early next turn. So that's going to be Zoe's turn. Done and over with. So if we move with Rex, it's going to cost 2 actions. We still have to test Brain 3 right now with Zoe. We don't have any cards to commit, really. We do have that other first aid. And I think we are just going to commit it at this point, because I don't see us needing it. If we're going to play 45, we should be able to kill anything. So we're going to commit this first aid to put us at 6. So we're testing Brain 6 to 3 right now. So we'll pull a token. Okay, and we got 0, so we don't have to keep this Frozen in Fear. We can discard that. And then start Rex's turn. So he's got the same situation, but we do need to move. So that's going to cost an additional action to move. So we have 1 action left. And Forced, so this is a tear in the path. So Forced, after you reveal a tear in the path, take 2 damage if you have no actions remaining. So that's kind of what I was worried about. We have 1 action remaining, so we don't have to take any damage there. But there's 2 clues there. And those are the 2 clues we need to move to the Sentinel Hill. Peak, whatever. So we're going to use that last action to investigate. And we'll commit this. I don't know. Let's commit something. Let's commit this elusive for 1 book icon. So that's going to put us at 7. So we'll test 7 to 3 on the investigate here. And we got 0, so we do get both clues, which is good news, and a resource. So we go up to 6. And 4 clues. Take the clues off of here, and that's it for the investigation phase. So enemy phase, we don't have any enemies. Let's do upkeep. Draw cards, gain resources. We got higher. Oh, this is supposed to be in play. Oh my. Okay. So we got another copy of Dr. Milan Christopher and an Overpower. So Overpower might come in handy. We got to gain resources, so 7 and 4, just enough to play 45 automatic. We forgot, we do have to test Brain 3. No cards to commit. So Rex has a Brain 3, so we're just testing 3 to 3. The end of our turn to get rid of Frozen in Fear. Okay, -1. So we do fail, and we keep the Frozen in Fear in our threat area. Now we're placing Doom. So this is going to be 1 out of 10. Draw an encounter card for Zoe first. Lupine Thrall again. Okay, so spawn furthest location from you. That would likely be Slaughtered Woods again. So this is another 4 fight, 3 health, 4 foot enemy. Spawn farthest location from you. Prey is lowest foot, and Hunter with Retaliate. So yeah, we're trying to get to, can't really see. Put base of the hill down here. So this might be better. Tear in the path here, and then maybe you can see Sentinel Peak. Yeah. So Sentinel Peak is where we're trying to get to. Directional arrows are kind of useless here. We need to draw an encounter card for Rex, and he's got Devotee of the Key. Alright, so Devotee of the Key. So this is a 3 health, 3 fight enemy with 3 foot. A humanoid sorcerer. So this spawns at the base of the hill. And it says force at the end of the enemy phase. Devotee of the Key moves once towards Sentinel Peak. If Devotee of the Key is already at Sentinel Peak, discard it and add 2 Doom to the current agenda instead. Okay, so this is some creepy scarecrow looking guy. So he's gonna spawn at the base of the hill here and just keep moving up, and then if he makes it to Sentinel Peak, it's gonna affect the Doom and it's gonna advance the agenda quicker. So that's not good. We do have the requisite number of clues right now to advance. We just have to enter, we have to spend them and enter Sentinel Peak. So we have to get Rex back to that location, but we still have Frozen in Fear. So Frozen in Fear is the first time you perform one of the following actions: move, fight, or evade. It costs an additional action. So we need to get rid of that, because we can move back to Ascending Path, and then that costs 2 actions, right? I guess we could use our last action to move up to Sentinel Peak, and that would just advance the act right away. So we'll reveal Sentinel Peak and spend the 4 clues as a group. So this is Sentinel Peak. Okay, 4 Shroud, 2 clues per investigator, so 4 clues on that location. And then forced: when an investigator at this location draws a hex card, the investigator takes 1 damage. So victory 2 on there. And we're gonna read the Act 2B. So this is a long one. Get ready. Approaching the peak of Sentinel Hill, you were confronted by several citizens of Dunwich. The man in the center of their circle lets out a crazed laugh. You recognize the man, Seth Bishop, from the description given to you by the townsfolk earlier. Behind him, several other men and women bow their heads in reverence, chanting in Latin. "We've done it," he cackles. "We accomplished what old Watley and Is-Git couldn't. You watch in revulsion as his eyes glaze over and twitch, as though he were reading something invisible. I can see now. I can finally see. He raises his hands to the sky, and the headstone of the altar behind him splits open. A torrent of energy pours out of the stone, coalescing into the form of an open gate. Seth holds on to the stone in front of him to prevent himself from being sucked into the gate, but several of the others are startled and pulled through it. You barely manage to dig your heels in and grab hold of nearby rock in time to resist the pull of the gate. Seth rises to his feet, wearing an expression of pride. Put the set-aside Seth Bishop enemy into play at Sentinel Peak. So that's the final boss there, I guess. So Seth Bishop. He's going to be... So it says... Yeah, put him into play at Sentinel Peak. So then he would be engaged with Rex here. See, that's kind of what I didn't want. But we do have Strange Solution, and we have another copy. So then this is Act 3A, the gate opens. So from the ruins of the headstone on the altar at the hill's peak, a gateway of churning, vibrant energy has appeared. A force-like hurricane erupts from the gate, bending trees and pulling debris into it. The howling of the gale drowns out all other sounds. Somehow you must find a way to close the gate. Objective: only investigators at Sentinel Peak may spend the requisite number of clues to advance as a group. So we need 2 clues per investigator, so 4 to advance. I don't know where we're going to get those clues from. I'm assuming we have to reveal all the locations now. So we should have just collected all the clues. But I think the issue is, like, when we go back to, like, Act 2A, it said remove, or Agenda 1B or something said remove all clues. Oh no, there's 4 clues at Sentinel Peak. So we just need Rex to get the clues, right? We just used our last action to get there. So Rex is done. Zoe could pop up there, maybe get a clue. I kind of want to use her to just defend right here at the ascending path. So when this devotee of the key and the Lupine Thrall start working their way up, we could just fight them off with Zoe. She does have enough resources to play the 45 automatic right now, and we have 1 health left on guard dogs, so I think that's going to be the plan. We may end up moving up to Sentinel Peak because we have an evidence. She could help get some clues. I think Rex can handle the clues, though. We do have this Seth Bishop guy, though. He's got 6 health, 5 fight, and 5 foot. Let's play the 45 automatic. So that's going to be 4 resources. Comes into play with 4 ammo. Now, all we have left are evidence and overpower, so I kind of just want to wait here at the ascending path. Maybe draw a card. Let's move, draw a card. Okay, that's going to be it for the investigation phase. We did grab a guts there. Enemy phase, so Rex is going to get attacked by this Seth Bishop guy, so 1 damage and 1 horror. So we can deal a horror to Dr. Milan Christopher. Actually, we can deal both the damage and the horror to Dr. Milan Christopher. No. We'll deal a horror to Dr. Milan Christopher, and we'll take a damage. Okay, so we have 4 health left. Oh, we forgot to test Brain 3. No cards to commit. We want to get rid of this Frozen in Fear, so we're testing 3 to 3. Zoe can't really commit cards to help right now. Oh, we got 0, so we get rid of Frozen in Fear. That's good. Both of those gone. They were the first 2 cards on top of the encounter deck. That sucks. For the rest of the enemy phase, so we got attacked by Seth Bishop. This Lupine Thrall is going to move to the base of the hill, and the Devotee of the Key is going to move up 1 location. Okay, so it doesn't move during the enemy phase. It doesn't have the Hunter keyword. So Lupine Thrall goes to the base of the hill. And then that concludes the enemy phase, and it says at the end of the enemy phase, Devotee of the Key moves once towards Sentinel Peak. If Devotee of the Key is already at Sentinel Peak, discard and add 2 Doom to the current agenda instead. So this is just going to become engaged with Zoe up here at because she's here waiting at the ascending path. So it moves up 1 location and becomes engaged with Zoe. So she gains a resource, spends it, does a damage with her cross. And I don't know if we want to kill Seth Bishop or if we really care about killing Seth Bishop. But that's it for the enemy phase. Let's draw cards, gain resources. So we got another magnifying glass and another prepared for the worst. Gain a resource, so we have 8 resources with Rex and 1 on Zoe. We do have higher education for Rex. I forgot to put it in play. So higher education is a permanent upgrade. So while you have 5 or more cards in your hand, higher education gains a free trigger to spend 1 resource, and you get +2 book for the skill test. So I think we're just going to knock all the clues off of there. And yeah, spend the clues to advance and see what happens. We might be able to get all the clues in 1 shot. So if we do an investigate action, right, and we spend a resource to get +2, and then we commit the deduction, and if we succeed by 2 or more, we get 4 clues, right? Because this is the upgraded deduction, so 2 additional clues if it succeeds by 2 or more, and then we have Rex's reaction ability. So maybe we just commit everything. What are we at now? So we'll be at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're testing 10 to 4. We're going to get the auto fail here probably. And we would take an attack of opportunity too, I believe. Okay, so we got 0. So we get all 4 clues, and then I think we can just spend all 4 clues right away. We have to take the attack of opportunity, I guess. We can just give it the damage to Dr. Milan Christopher and discard him. And then we'll spend all 4 of the clues that we just got to advance the act. So that's going to be it for the scenario, I think. So only investigators at the Sentinel Peak may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. Alright, so you don't know how to close the swirling gate before you, and with each passing moment, the force from within it grows in strength. You fear that whatever entity the sorcerers have summoned beyond approaches. With no time to spare, you turn the open tome on the stone altar, desperate for answers. So, Resolution 1. So, we'll read Resolution 1 here. Okay, Resolution 1. So, the poorly bound tome appears to be the written records of old Watley, the man who taught Wilbur the ancient secrets of sorcery. You find a passage describing a place outside of time and space, where worlds converge and Yog-Sothoth dwells. Only by reaching this nexus at the edge of reality can you unmake the tear that has split open the world. Feeling as it If you may be going to your doom, you muster a final ounce of courage and step into the gate. Okay, and then it says in your campaign log, record that the investigators entered the gate. So we stepped into some otherworldly gate. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. So we didn't kill Seth Bishop, but we have this Wizard of Yog-Sothoth has 1. This Sentinel Peak has 2. So I believe that's a total of 3 XP. Whoop-de-doo. So we have 5 XP on Zoe and 3 on Rex. And that's going to be it. So I think there's just one scenario left. Yep. One last scenario. So this is scenario 7. Lost in time and space. So I think I'm going to get to that next week. And yeah. We'll see what happens. Then there's the epilogue. And we're going to do maybe the Forgotten Age after this. So that's going to wrap up the stream for today. I'll start the next scenario. I'll show all the upgraded cards, spend all the experience, and talk about the upgrades that we have for the last scenario. And it's been a while since I've played Dunwich, so yeah, it'll be nice to see how it goes. But that's going to wrap up the campaign. So thanks for watching.